Hey friends, this is a sneak peek of the Louis Vuitton Murakami collection coming out in January 2025. This is a revamp of the famous collection from 2003 when Marc Jacobs was the creative director of Louis Vuitton, and everybody knows this iconic print that pretty much put Louis Vuitton on the map, made it young, hip, and edgy. Why should you listen to me? I am a former client advisor for Louis Vuitton, but I'm also a fashion expert. I've worked in the industry, on the sales floor, in manufacturing. I am a fan of art and fashion, but I am not a fan of corporate conglomerates, which is now what rules the luxury fashion houses. Now, if you do really love this collection, I am going to also list in the description the bags that you can find right now pre-loved from the older collection that ran from 2003 to 2014. So Marc Jacobs became the creative director of Louis Vuitton back in 1997, and he really shook things up and made this brand from luxury to really mass market and commercial. He added a women's ready-to-wear line and a men's ready-to-wear line, plus brought in these beautiful collaborations. The one we are talking about today is Takashi Murakami, who is a famous graphic design artist in Japan. He brought to Louis Vuitton, there's the multicolor, which we all know and love, the cherry blossom, the cherries, the super flat panda, and the camouflage or camo monoflage or something like that, along with others scattered here and there. But this collection and Louis Vuitton is most famous for the white multicolor and the black multicolor that we saw on Jessica Simpson, that we saw on Anna Nicole Smith, and all types of year 2000 Y2K celebrities that we know and love. It was hip, it was exciting. Okay, so it's no secret that these brands have been bringing back things from the vault to play on your nostalgia and to give you more limited pieces that you can only get now, so buy now. I found online some images of what is coming through. Now, not everything you see, they may or may not pull the plug on it once the collection actually releases, and these are estimated prices. As you can see, they are very, very high, so you can still get these pieces on the pre-loved market. My personal opinion, having worked there, is that pieces that you get today are not nearly as good as vintage pieces. I own a couple of vintage Vuittons. They are very different from what you find today because back in the day, there was more precision craftsmanship put into the bags. There was less demand, so people could spend more time on them. This is some of the info I got from both Matt D74 and dlouisv.co on Instagram. You can look at their pages if you want more detailed info. What I know from being a former client advisor too is they always change their rules on pre-sale and things like that. You might get lucky and walk into the door and find one if you are the first person to walk in, or if you're going to pre-sale, you need to put your 100% deposit. I know some people don't like that. They're like, I want to see the bag before I put down the money. Okay, you guys, sorry, that is not the way to luxury shop. You have to be willing to put the money, and then if you don't like the bag, you don't have to buy it. But 100% deposit was required, at least when I worked there. And it only makes sense because they don't want looky-loos just to look at the bag and go, oh, I don't really have the money. It looks like there's going to be 3 waves, and the first wave is going to drop on January 3rd. It's going to drop first on January 1st in pop-up shops in China and Japan, which will probably only last one day because a collaboration like this is going to be super mega popular, and they are revamping the classic Vuitton styles, the Speedy, the Alma, and the Pochette accessoire. The prices are listed in the Instagrams as well. It looks like the Alma is going for $2,830. The Pochette accessoire for $1,800, a whopping $1,800 for a little tiny bag. Pre-love version of this is a little better, running at about $1,200. So yes, you can save some money. Okay, now they might try to sell you that you're buying history and heritage if you buy a brand new bag. Some people just like to buy a brand new bag. They don't want to buy things that other people are using. I do believe there's true Vuitton and fashion lovers. We're okay with going into the archives and finding clothes and handbags that were just made better back then with more care and originality. So I look at this new collection, it's not much different from the old one. So Marc Jacobs is no longer with the brand, but it's not hard to just go into the vault and tweak little things here and there. So you can see on the Speedy and the Alma, the one thing they added was the cute bow. So some of these pieces had bows, particularly in the Cherry Blossom collection, had that leather bow. I'm so girly that I love it. I love it. Does it justify the big price tag? I don't think so. Now, other things they're going to have in Wave 1. So it looks like Wave 1 is going to be the multicolor in both white base and black base. Pick your poison. And in this collection, they're also going to have the Passport cover, the Nano Speedy, and the Petite Malle. So all your kind of basic silhouettes and styles for Vuitton. Okay, they are going to introduce a very new print. It's not new. I mean, it's recognizable as Murakami, and they're calling this the super flat. So it has the flowers with the happy faces, and it has the Louis Vuitton blossoms. And this looks like it's going to be presented on the Empreinte collection, which is basically the leather with the Louis Vuitton monogram logo imprinted onto it. That Empreinte leather, it's heavy for one, and then it's nothing special. Okay, so in here I see there is Empreinte Super Flat Never Full, MM only available in MM for $3,950. Oh, it's a lot of money for a tote bag. And then also the On The Go in multicolor. It's really cute. It's really cute, but she's $4,800. Keep in mind that bag is still canvas, okay, with some leather trim. All right, it looks like in wave number 2, this is launching at the end of March. So they're gonna have a pretty hefty collection for you. And the strategy in this is that the true Vuitton buyer is going to buy wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3. So they're gonna keep you coming back to the store at least 3 times in 2025. So the end of March, they are going to debut the Cherry Blossom. This is my personal favorite print of the 3. The Cherry Blossom Papillon is relaunching, and guess what? You can find her on Fashion File. I did link her in my last video, so I don't know if she's been bought yet. But if you look hard enough, or just wait, these pieces come and go. Because like I said, this collection ran from 2003 to 2014. You probably can find one of these gals floating around out there. Also in the Cherry Blossom collection, you have the Speedy 25 and the Neo Noe. Very classic styles for Vuitton. Now, wave number 3 is to drop at the end of May. And this is the cherries, or what they call the cerise. And in this collection, we will see the Keepall, the Neverfull, and the Speedy. Everybody has a favorite. Let me know in the comments which one is yours, but this definitely plays on nostalgia. Now, other pieces I see on the Instagram, we have the mini square trunk with the super flat panda print. I don't believe the panda print was as cute and popular as the Cherry Blossom and the multicolor. But, you know, times have changed. Even though this is a woman's collection, I see that these prints can be very unisex, and also more men are carrying bags. And Louis Vuitton, it's definitely more acceptable now than it was back then. And I think the brand itself has more male fans than ever before. Okay, then you have the multicolor Dauphine Soft GM for $5,000. That's too much. And of course, a trunk for $70,000. Not gonna lie, this piece looks really gaudy. This is also like always promoted like, oh, you can use this as a coffee table in your living room. The sponsor of this video is the Jacket Maker, and this lovely jacket. It's a sheepskin motorcycle jacket that it's one of those pieces, comes in and out of fashion, but everyone should probably have. Now, talk about custom made. You can send in your measurements and they will make a jacket for you. But even if you just order a jacket, they will make a jacket for you. So it does take a little bit longer because they're not just sitting around, and the jacket feels wonderful. I had wanted a similar jacket from All Saints, and she has a very high price tag. But the price of this jacket, made for you, will run you about $300. So this was gifted to me and I really appreciate it. And one of the things I can really appreciate is that now I have a jacket that is fine and it will conform to my body. and it's not the All Saints jacket that everyone else has. It also comes in a variety of colors, but I'm going to post all the information down below so you can check out the jacket maker yourself. Hi, guess what? So there's gonna have to be a part 2 of this video. Just as I was editing, more leaked photos came out and I see some of the newer styles, only the multicolor and the new print, but haven't seen the cherry blossoms or the cerise yet. What we also see is the new print in a Neverfull. So I'm sure we're going to see that in an Alma and Speedy and a Neo Noe as well. They did update the Cuisine to now have multicolor print. I personally don't like this. I think there's nothing special about it, but I am not a fan of the Cuisine. Anyways, I really love to stick with the classic silhouettes, which are the Speedy, the Alma, the Neverfull, and I don't even like the Neo Noe, but whatever. Some of the canvas pieces I think look really good and work better with the multicolor than the leather pieces such as the Empreinte. We even have the Twist and the Capucines that has its multicolor print. Not really a huge fan. There's also the East-West in the and she's just okay. To me, she doesn't look like worth the price tag that they're going to charge you from. But anyways, like, I think for me, for nostalgia's sake, I would stick with the canvas pieces. So anyways, take a look at those and stay tuned. As they keep rolling out, I'll keep making content. See you soon. Bye.